Good morning, guys. Coach Todd Harris here. Another beautiful morning out of my walk and talk. I was at Starbucks yesterday, and the person in front of me turned around and said, "What does your shirt mean?" My shirt said WTDW. I said, "Oh, I'm a coach on what to do when." They said, "What is a coach on what to do when?" I said, "Well, let me ask you a question. Is there any area of your life that you're struggling in? Maybe business, entrepreneurship, family relationships, relationship with your kids, your career, anything?" I said, "Yeah, I've got this situation going on in my life and I don't know what to do with it." And I paused and I smiled. I said, "Well, I'm glad you met me today, because I'm a coach on what to do when you get a gift and you don't know what to do with it." And they just started smiling. And it made me think about a lot of the gifts I've been given in my life. And I want to share one of those with you. You know, one of our core values in our businesses is something we call Papa Howard. It's from a friend of mine, Willie Howard. He was running an all-boys private school. And I saw him give a talk one day, and he's like, "Guys, how do you receive a gift?" And everybody's like, "With two open hands," like this, right? And he goes, "That's right. But remember, it's not just two open hands. It's palm up, not palm out." And I was like, "That's interesting. That's interesting." I said, "Tell me a little bit about that." He said, "Look, I believe everything in life's a gift. Doesn't matter how good or not great the event is that happens to you, it's a gift. And if you always receive everything that's negative in your life with a palm out, negative attitude, negative emotions, you're never going to see what the gift really is and what you're supposed to take from that gift. But when you receive every gift with a palm up, you look at that differently. You look at that and go, "Wow, I never had one of these before. I'm so glad I got one of these." And today I'm going to share a gift that I got many years ago. As an adult, as a grown adult with 4 children, I got the message that my mom and dad weren't going to be together anymore. It was okay. It didn't bother me. That's their life. That's their choice. That's whatever they've been through. It's got nothing to do with me. And so I was at my dad's house. He's like, "You know, you gotta go. You gotta know my dad. Huge man. Just think the world of him, look up to him." He goes, "You know, me and your mom are getting a divorce." I said, "Yeah, I heard that." He goes, "You know what that means, don't you?" I was like, "No, Dad. What does that mean?" He says, "You gotta choose sides." I said, "What do you mean choose sides?" He goes, "Well, you can talk to me or you can talk to your mom, but you can't talk to us both." I said, "Dad, you know, I disagree with that. I think I can talk to both of you, have a relationship with both of you, and not interfere with the energy you guys got." He said, "Okay," and then didn't speak to me for 7 years. Literally 7 years. I called, he didn't call back. I called, he didn't call back. Number 4 said to me one day, she's like 5 years old, "Dad, why does Granddaddy hate me?" It's about 2 weeks into it because she's seen me make 4 or 5 phone calls. I said, "Sweetheart, Granddaddy doesn't hate you. He thinks I need to make a choice. I don't think I have to make a choice. But he chose for me, and that's okay." She goes, "So he's not mad at me?" I said, "No, he's not mad at you at all." So she goes, "Then he's mad at you." I was like, "No, he's not mad at me. He's had something in his life to make him believe a certain thing, and I can't be mad at him for what's happened in his past that he can't get past. That's on him. But what I can do is I'm going to teach you a lesson in how you can still have a relationship with somebody." And so I literally called my dad every day for like 5 years. Every day, "Hey, Dad," left a voicemail. "Hey, Dad, see Tar Heels won last night. Tar Heels lost, Cardinals won. Back then, Jeff Gordon won another race. just talking and leaving messages, telling about my students that he knows. And I know he was listening to them, because I know people that wouldn't have that information. When I would see them, they'd say, hey, I heard about such and such. And I go, the only way they know is if my dad listened to those messages, which inspired me to leave more. And she said to me, Dad, we've been calling Granddaddy a lot and leaving messages a lot, like a long time now, and he never calls us back. I said, it's okay. I have a relationship with my dad. He doesn't have to have one with me. If something were to happen to him, sweetheart, I would have no guilt, because I've done my responsibilities as a son. I've reached out to him. I've tried to take care of him the best I can. It's up to him to take that energy and whatever he wants to do with it. And this went on for 5 years. And then all of a sudden, he turned his house phone off. Didn't have his cell number. And nobody would give it to me. And that's okay. They didn't give it to me for a long time. And that's all right. Then one day, I got this call. It said, Dad wants to talk to you. Can you give him a call? Sure. Gave him a call and we rekindled the relationship. That's definitely not what it was pre that decision day he made. But you know what? It was a gift. It was a huge gift. It was a huge gift. Because I learned what kind of dad I didn't want to be. I already thought I was a good dad up to that point, but I doubled down on studying more, reading more about being a better parent, being a better human, and just doubled down on just being better all the way around, so that my kids could have a better version of me. Man, if I'd have been angry at my dad, if I'd have been angry at him, I'd have never saw that gift. I would have never learned what that gift was. I'd have been like, and I'd have been having all this emotion. I'd have all this negative emotion. But what's crazy is, I left every voicemail happy, smiled, enjoyed it. Here's what's amazing. That happened when my daughter was in preschool, kindergarten. When she was going into 6th grade, her super best friend was going to a different school. They've been best friends for 5 years. And this best friend went off to another school, and they stayed in contact every day for the first 3 or 4 weeks. And then her best friend didn't message her for a day. It was 2 days, and then she got a message, and then 3 or 4 months into it, there was literally no contact. None. And I saw her leaving messages. I saw her texting. I saw her leaving voice messages, voice notes. I said, what are you doing? She said, Dad, I remember what happened when Granddaddy stopped talking to us. You didn't stop talking to him. You had a relationship that you wanted, and you had your part of it. I'm having this part of this relationship, and I'm gonna make sure I've done everything I can in this relationship. Gotta remember, you gotta be a Papa Howard. See every obstacle in your life, as a gift, and receive it with 2 open hands. Look at it and say, what is it? What is in there for me? And then take that gift and grow. And as you take that gift and grow, all the people that are around you, they'll see you and they'll do the same.